Employment-based and family-based green cards go off of a preference system. For example, if you're a U.S. citizen applying for your spouse, or you're over the age of 21 applying for your parent, then there's always an immediately available green card waiting for you. However, not everyone's that lucky. For employment-based green cards or permanent residents filing for their spouse, there's a preference system. So for employment-based green cards, there's 5 categories. There's EB1 through EB5. And each year Congress makes available a certain amount of green cards based on each category and allotted by country. So if you're able to Google Visa Bulletin and look at the Visa Bulletin chart, which I have in my hand here and you probably can't see, there's a preference system. It goes from top to bottom, EB1 through EB5, and then it goes across by country. At the very first categories, there's all chargeable areas. So all chargeable areas is essentially the world. Next to it, you have China, India, Mexico, and the Philippines. What that indicates is there's a lot of applications or petitions filed for persons on their behalf from those countries. So for the EB1, if you scroll across, you'll see C all the way across. That means EB1 preference category, they're current. There's no backlog. If you're eligible for an EB1, there's a green card just waiting for you. EB2, the situation changes a little bit. EB2, all chargeable areas current. That's great. So if you're from Great Britain, you're from Japan, there's a green card waiting for you, if you could prove the merits of your EB2 case. However, you might not be as fortunate if you're from China or India. It says October 15th, 2006. And right now I'm looking at the June 2011 Visa Bulletin. October 15th, 2006 means if you have a priority date, if you filed your case, you initiated your case on the 15th of October 2006, then you're eligible. There's a green card waiting for you. However, on the same token, if you filed in 2004 or 2005, you're current. Your priority date is current, and there's a green card waiting for you, and you can file for your 485, your adjustment of status, or you can consular process if you're overseas. However, if you filed January 1st, 2008, you're not current. There's still a backlog for China and India for EB2. So you got to wait until you become current. Scroll down further, EB3. EB3 is pretty much backlogged across the board. Even if you're from Great Britain or Japan, and not from China, India, or Mexico, or the Philippines, 15th of September 2005 is your priority date. For China, 15th of May 2004. For India, April 22nd, 2002. So for the EB3 category, if you're from India, there's essentially a 9-year wait period. You could have gone through your perm, you could have gone through your I-140 and gotten your approval, but you got to wait for 9 years. So that's going to create a lot of complicated issues. EB4, current. EB5, current. EB5 is the $500,000 or $1 million investment. Not a lot of people can afford that investment. So there's more available green cards in those categories than there are applicants, essentially. So if you're eligible for an EB5, and you want to do something along the lines of an EB5, it's much more advantageous than doing an EB3. Or if you're an EB1, then it's much more advantageous than an EB3, and even in most circumstances an EB2, or all circumstances, it's better than EB3. EB3 is the most backlogged area. The same applies for family-based immigration. So there's, again, there's 1 through 4. There's 1, 2A, 2B, preference 2, 3, preference 3, and preference 4 for family-based green cards. The 2A green card category, that's spouses of green card holders. So someone comes over here, gets their employment-based green card. Now they want to bring their spouse over from overseas, from China or India. Well, they can go through the I-130 stage. They got to prove their case, and they got to make a very strong showing. However, there's not an available green card for them. They're backlogged. So if you're from China, as of the June 2011 Visa Bulletin, The priority date is August 22nd, 2007. Same thing for India. So you can get your I-130 on file now, and it's advantageous to get your I-130 on file now, but you're probably going to have close to a 4-year wait time under current processing times. The processing times can fluctuate, and they can vary. They can be accelerated drastically, or they can be dropped. So it's advantageous to get your case on file as soon as you can. There may be other things that you can do. So for instance, if you're looking at the 2A preference system, and you may be eligible for naturalization. As mentioned before, naturalization allows for an immediate, you're a U.S. citizen and you file for your spouse, there's an immediately available green card waiting for your spouse. So if you can naturalize before your spouse's priority date becomes current, well then you can transition over and let the government know, hey, I'm a U.S. citizen. There's an immediately available visa for my spouse. Can you speed up my I-130 and approve it, please? So what does this all mean? It means you really need to carefully map out your strategy. You want to try and navigate and try and make yourself eligible for the quickest possible option. And that requires a skilled attorney on your side. If you think you might be eligible or you're interested in permanent residency, I encourage you to contact us. We can help map out your strategy, we can understand your circumstances and your goals, and try and obtain your permanent residency as soon as possible. We look forward to meeting you and we look forward to representing you. Thank you.